Communities are subject to disturbances that can range in severity from a storm blowing down a patch of trees to a beaver damming up a pond to volcanic eruptions. So we know from observation that after disturbances, changes occur in the community over time. Ecological succession. This is going to be a change in community involving a series of replacements. So we're going to start off with primary succession. Primary succession is going to be the formation of soil from exposed rock due to wind, water, and other abiotic factors. Secondary succession is going to be disturbance-based succession, in which there's going to be a progressive change from grasses to shrubs to a mixture of shrubs and trees. The first producers to inhabit a community after a disturbance are called the pioneer species. These are the first species that begins the secondary succession. The area then progresses through a series of stages over time. So here we have a really early stage when we're just in the rock and lichen stage. We then move into a shrub stage. From a shrub stage, we can move into a low tree stage, and then finally a high tree stage. These are going to be sort of the stages of succession. Here is another diagram that kind of walks you through it, where we start off with grasses and low shrubs, then we move to high shrubs, a shrub-tree mix, low trees, and then finally high trees until we reach the climax community. The climax community, this is going to be succession in a particular area that's always going to lead to a mature and stable community identified as the climax community. In this case, the climate and the soil conditions are going to determine whether the succession results in a desert, grassland, or forest. So there's a couple of different models that we can use when we're talking about community development. One would be the facilitation model. The facilitation model states that each stage facilitates invasion and replacement by organisms of the next stage. So each group of species prepares the way for the next, so that way the grass, shrub, forest development occurs in a sequential way. There's also the inhibition model that has been proposed to help explain succession. This is where colonists remain and inhibit the growth of other plants until those colonists are damaged or die off. And then there's also the tolerance model. This is where different types of plants can colonize an area at the same time. This is where just chance determines which seeds arrive first, and whichever seeds arrive first help pave the way for the remainder species. Successional stages simply reflect the length of time it takes for that particular species to mature, and this accounts for the grass shrub forest development that we often see. All right, dynamics of an ecosystem. This is going to be our last section, so we'll pick this up in our next video.